Iowa come your way at 7 o'clock at the top of this hour as we get set for a little top of Iowa Conference volleyball action. 4A City in Buffalo Center for this conference game this year. It's only game number 3 of the season for 4A City, and all of them have come via their conference games. They had a conference game with Garner-Hayfield Ventura and a conference game with North Union. The only 2 games that 4A City has played thus far. North Iowa, on the other hand, was at the Garner-Hayfield Ventura tournament last Saturday along with Garner-Hayfield Ventura and playing a ton of volleyball matches on that day. They played 3 pool play matches each team did, and then semifinals, and the teams that made it to the finals then played in the final matchup. So a ton of volleyball matches there last Saturday for North Iowa. 4A City, on the other hand, has not yet gone to a tournament. They will be at a tournament, the Osage tournament, actually this coming weekend, which is one of the premier tournaments you're going to find in the entire state of Iowa. Some of the best teams you'll find in Iowa. A lot of the ranked teams we're going to talk about in a little bit as the new rankings came out last week. Each week the Iowa Girls Union throws out new rankings. So new rankings just recently out. We'll talk a little bit about those and ranked teams. But a ton of ranked teams, a ton of really good volleyball teams Forest City will see coming up on Saturday at the Osage tournament for their debut tournament of the year. Tonight, though, Forest City taking on the North Iowa Bison here in Buffalo Center. Good crowd on hand here of both Bison fans wearing blue across the way and Forest City fans right in front of us wearing their red and white. Well, taking a look at North Iowa following a couple of 20-win seasons under Micah Peters. Her first couple of years, the Bison went 8-9 in a short year a year ago. First time that Peters as the head coach since 2017 and 2018. The first time that they had been fallen under that 50 or under that 500 win total, but a shortened year with a really young team, and that's what Coach Peters has again this year. She will be in her 5th season as the head coach. She's been with North Iowa now for 6 seasons. She was a assistant coach for 1 season before taking over 5 seasons as the head coach here at North Iowa for Micah Peters. She is a Lake Mills volleyball, former Lake Mills volleyball prep. So obviously some good lines of volleyball come out of her, and now she is trying to take over her own program, or she has taken over her own program, but she's really trying to make something here out of this North Iowa volleyball team, and she has done a fantastic job since she has been here as the head coach. The Bison have been on the verge of have taken some pretty big matches, have finished high in the conference. We mentioned have a couple of 20-win seasons under her belt as well. They're 5-2 already to start this season, and they gave 4A City a little bit of a scare in 2019. The last time that 4A City was inside this building, North Iowa gave them a little bit of a scare as the Bison ended up taking a set, which was a rarity since 2007 when kind of the online stat era, as we like to call it, the varsity bound, or now the quick, or the used to be the quick stats, now the varsity bound era kind of took over, where people had to digitally input their stats and keep track of records and all that stuff online. Since then, North Iowa has never beaten 4A City. So we're looking at 2007 to the current 2021 year. And North Iowa has never beaten 4A City in a match, whether it be a tournament, so you're playing best of 3, or whether it is a conference matchup like we have here tonight, where you're playing a best of 5. And North Iowa has only taken a couple of sets from 4A City, actually 4 in total. So North Iowa has only taken 4 sets out of those 17 games played between the two teams. And one of those came in 2019 in North Iowa. They knew they were going to be a really good team. 4A City knew they were going to be a really good team. So when they took that set there in 2019, 4A City obviously knew that they couldn't slough off any more sets, and came back and were able to beat the Bison. But again, North Iowa with some young and up-and-coming players. Of course, you have your 2 senior leaders we're going to see out there on the floor tonight, and Leah Kramersmeyer and Emma Duvay, both of them the only 2 seniors on this roster for North Iowa, who's very, very young once again. But you got to watch out for Duvay, watch out for Kramersmeyer. It's kind of weird talking about Kramersmeyer as a senior. She's been kind of a dominant force for North Iowa ever since she was a freshman, ever since she came on the scene for freshman year. We've been talking about Leah Kramersmeyer, and now she's a senior. And some of those Forest City fans and Lake Mills fans and Garner fans and teams that play North Iowa on a regular basis are probably, Leah's probably one of those girls where you come back the next year and say, wait, she hasn't graduated yet. You're almost like, oh my gosh, seems like she's kind of one of those people every single year for North Iowa. And unfortunately for the Bison, fortunately for the rest of North Iowa, Leah Kramersmeyer is a senior. And still will be another force for the Bison here this evening. But other than that, North Iowa very young, a ton of sophomores, all the freshmen that played last year. They had a ton of freshmen that played last year. Now they're all in their sophomore year. Do have another a couple more freshmen that will be up and playing as well. And no juniors. You look at 2 seniors, a ton of sophomores, and then a couple of freshmen. So North Iowa very, very young. And we're going to see some of these players around for a long time here for the North Iowa Bison. All right, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back in 1 minute where we'll have starting lineups between Forest City and North Iowa coming your way in 1 minute on KIOW and KIOW.com. Welcome back here to North Iowa, Buffalo Center, as we get set for our starting lineups between the Indians and the Bison. First of all, let's take a look at the starting lineups for the Forest City Indians. Number 4 is Shea Dillaboo. She's a senior outside hitter at 5'8". Number 5 is Jaden Jerome. She's a sophomore defensive specialist at 5'7". Number 6 is Regan Helgeson, a senior outside hitter at 5'8". Number 8 is Carly Lambert, a junior outside hitter at 5'6". Number 10 is Emma Anderson, a sophomore defensive specialist at 5'5". And number 11 is Jalen Hovinga. She's a sophomore right side at 5'7" for Forest City. Keevan Jones is Forest City's Libero. She's a senior defensive specialist at 5'4". Forest City's head coach is Lacey Jerome in her 11th year. For the North Iowa Bison, the starting lineup will look like this. Number 1 is J.C. Plath. She's a sophomore at 5'7". Number 2 is Ashlyn Beckler. She's a freshman outside hitter at 5'7". Number 3 is Emma Duvay. She's a senior. Right side will also set at 5'3". Number 7 is Caitlin Mattoon. She's a sophomore. Right side at 5'8". Number 13 is Alana Thompson, a sophomore middle hitter at 5'7", and number 17 is Leah Kramersmeyer. She's a senior middle hitter at 5'10". The libero for North Iowa is number 0, Sophia Hagen. She is a sophomore defensive specialist at 5'3". All right, we're going to take a break for the national anthem. We will come back for the first tip between Forest City and North Iowa next.
Family vendors, and more. Available daily from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Finish your meal with a tasty root beer float, shake, fuller swirl, or soft serve ice cream. A&W Family Restaurant, where the food is as good as the root beer, Highway 69 North in Forest City.
Larson Plumbing Heating Affordable is your Lennox dealer. We offer energy-efficient Lennox heating and air conditioning solutions for homes and businesses of all sizes. For complete plumbing service, call 797-2219 today. Larson Plumbing Heating Affordable, your Lennox dealer.
Welcome back here to North Iowa High School as we get set for Forest City and North Iowa coming your way in just a couple of minutes. Want to say a quick shout out to Lisa Heyer, sophomore. Just did a fantastic job singing the national anthem. I know that can be pretty nerve-wracking when you're doing it solo by yourself in front of a gymnasium full of people, and she did a fantastic job there for one of the volleyball players on the North Iowa Bison squad. One of those sophomores we talked about did a fantastic job. Forest City will be on the left side wearing their grays again, gray jerseys with light gray numbers outlined in white. The Libero jersey is white and gray, outlined in a darker gray. Indians on the back in gray, outlined in darker gray. North Iowa wearing their all-black jerseys. They have blue numbers. Those blue numbers are outlined in white. Yeah, you're okay. And Bison across the back. North Iowa across the chest in white. We are underway here from Buffalo Center. North Iowa serves first, and Shea Dillevue has the first kill of the ball game as she sends that one down to the floor as Forest City received the serve, and it's 1-0 Indians. Jaden Jerome will serve now for Forest City. She'll serve it from left to right, taken by the North Iowa Bison. Here's Duvay in the middle. Big strike there from Plath. It comes back to the North Iowa side on a dig by the Indians, and it falls down on the North Iowa side, and Forest City is going to have back-to-back points. Indians lead 2-0 here in set number one. Jaden Jerome will serve once again for Forest City from left to right. Jerome wears number 5. Sends it across the net. It's taken by North Iowa, by Beckler first. They're going to get it over to Mattoon. She sends it over the net, taken by Forest City. Helgeson, here's Shea Dillevue over the net. Taken there by Beckler, the freshman. Hagen, finally put over by Duvay. Here comes Jaden Jerome to Dillevue again. She crushes one right down the middle. Shea Dillevue has 2 kills in the first 3 points for Forest City, and the Indians lead 3-0, and Jaden Jerome will continue to serve from left to right. North Iowa receiving on the right side. Forest City serving from left to right. Here is Jerome's serve. It's a knuckling serve taken there by Beckler. A little miscommunication. It's going to be a Forest City point. 4 hits is going to be called by our officials, as there was a couple of them that kind of came together. They must have both hit it, which creates a 4th hit. Again, Jerome will serve for Forest City as the Indians extend their lead to 4-0. Across the net, taken by Hagen. Duvay will set this one up in the middle for Plath, and they're unable to return it as Forest City will once again get another point. So the Indians now lead 5-0. First 5 points of the game have gone to Forest City. Jerome will keep serving for the Indians. She serves near from left to right. Plath, and it's going to be a whistle and a in the net. So Duvay, she had to run after that one to go get it, and in doing so, she ran into the net. A violation on North Iowa, and Forest City leads 6-0 here in set one. Jerome will serve again. Over the net, taken there by Beckler. Bumped up by Plath. Mattoon trying to go over, but a big block at the net for Forest City. It was Hovinga and Helgeson get the block at the net. Timeout North Iowa. It's a 7-0 lead for Forest City. We'll come back in 1 minute. So far, so good. Back to Buffalo Center we go. Forest City leading 7-0 here in set number 1 between the Indians and the Bison. Forest City captain Shea Dillaboo was over talking with our up official. Todd Greiman is in the stand tonight. North Iowa receives the serve over the net, taken by the Bison. Forest City having trouble with that one. That one went into the ceiling, came down off the ceiling, hit the net, and then bounced into the face of Hovinga. Hopefully she's okay. Looks to be okay, but that one's kind of just, hello, as that one went off her hands, into the ceiling, came back down, went into the net, and then ended up into the face, and it's the first point for North Iowa. They will serve with Hagen. Forest City will receive. Hovinga sends it over. Now a collision on the North Iowa side, trying to get it back. Plath will send it over, taken by Jaden Jerome there. Hovinga sets it up to Helgeson, and it not quite over the net, so back-to-back points for North Iowa, and it's now 7-2. Forest City still with the lead here in set number 1. We'll see a serve coming from Sophia Hagen. Sophomore, defensive specialist, but also can set for North Iowa. Dug out, received there on the serve from Jones. It was eventually set up to Regan Helgeson, and she slams it down for a kill. And Forest City back with the point. It's now 8-2 Indians. And we'll see a serve from Forest City libero Kevin Jones, one of the best servers you're going to find in the area when it comes to serve percentages and keeping the ball inbounds when she serves. Kramersmeyer going up for her first real good chance, and that one's into the net, so it'll stay a Forest City point at 9-2. But Jones served last year 97% of the time. She was able to get that serve over the net and inbounds. And that's one of the rare times she doesn't, as she misses long to the outside with the serve, and it will go out of bounds. It'll be a North Iowa point, 9-3. When you have a little bit of a lead, though, you can get a little bit riskier with those serves and try to land one on the line, which she was trying to do, but just went a bit long. North Iowa will serve back with Plath, taken by Jerome. Here's Jerome over the net by Lambert. Blocked back to the Forest City side, and the Indians unable to return as that one goes about 3 rows deep on the North Iowa side. North Iowa fans side, I should say, went out of bounds on the Forest City net side. Net splits the middle of the gym. Forest City fans here on the near side, the North Iowa fans on the far side from us. Plath will jump serve, taken by Dillaboo. Jones from the back row. Dillaboo will send it back over, taken by Hagen. Duvay will set this one up to the far side. Mattoon taken by Jerome. Here's Hovinga. Back to Lambert. Hagen for North Iowa. Duvay for North Iowa. Over. Did it stay in? It did. Quickly back by Dillaboo. There's a fight for it at the net. Who's going to keep it alive? It's going to be a Forest City point. Back and forth that ball wins. Good job by the freshman Beckler, as she was able to keep it inside the antenna to get it back to the Forest City side, make a tough play for Hovinga. She got it up and got it back to Lambert, who was able to end up getting it down for Forest City, and they lead 10-4. And it will be Dillaboo who will serve from the middle of the court, left to right here for Forest City. Now Kramersmeyer. Beckler will send it over, taken by Jones. Awkward angle. Now Jerome, 10-foot line is Lambert, and she sends it down the line. Lambert from the 10-foot line sends it right down the out-of-bounds line on the far side. And she keeps it in bounds for a Forest City point. It's now 11-4. And Jerome will continue to serve. Dillaboo will continue to serve. Over the net, Dillaboo to Kramersmeyer. Now Duvay will send it back up to Kramersmeyer down the middle, and she crushes one. That one was perfectly set up there for North Iowa. Kramersmeyer received, got it to Duvay, who passed it right back to her perfectly at the height for Kramersmeyer to crush it back down the middle. Tough for Forest City to try to dig that one back out. And North Iowa to within 6. It's 11-5 here in set number 1. Serving for North Iowa is Mattoon, sophomore. And now we've got confusion. Okay, we're good. Scorer's table, and the R2 referee on the floor having a conversation. Mattoon serve taken by Lambert to Jones, back to Lambert, 10-foot line. And this one is going to hit the basketball hoop on the North Iowa side, come back down to the floor, and it's a point for Forest City. It was just 11-5, so it should be 12-5. Scoreboard hasn't adjusted, but is that what we have? Yeah, we have 12-5. That's what it should be, 12-5 Forest City. The scoreboard hasn't adjusted, though. Hovinga over the net, taken by North Iowa. Hyvee, Kramersmeyer blocked, right back down. Big block there. That's Holland and Lambert with a block back down to the Forest City side. And it's actually 11, should be, we've got 13-5. Scoreboard says 12-5. That's in for an ace serve. Hovinga with an ace serve for the Indians. Now they show 13. Did they come back and adjust something? Is that what the referee and the scoreboard were talking about earlier? Well, to try to confirm, I believe it's 14-5 for City, but we'll try to confirm this. Big dig for North Iowa, came back to the Forest City side, and Jerome was able to give it back to North Iowa, but they give it back to the Indians. Now can Forest City slam it down? They can, as between Hovinga and Jerome, they get it down for a point. And scoreboard does adjust now, we're right? 15-5, okay. The scoreboard does adjust to the correct score of 15-5. After that last Forest City points, the Indians by 10, and this one's going to be a serve. Tipped out of bounds by North Iowa, and Forest City will get it back. It's 16-5 Indians. Timeout, Coach Peters, and North Iowa will take it as well. 16-5 Indians. We're back in a minute for more volleyball. Welcome back here to North Iowa High School. And Kramersmeyer has a kill so far here tonight for the Bison. She's counting down the kills until she reaches 500. She was nearing the 500 career kill mark coming into tonight. We'll keep an eye on that milestone for Kramersmeyer. Back to volleyball. This time it's going to be a block that goes out of bounds. Kramersmeyer got a good block, but it went off of her arms and all the way to the scoreboard, so it goes out of bounds off of North Iowa, and it's a Forest City point. The Indians will extend their lead 17-5. Hagen takes it now. Hyvee sets it up. Kramersmeyer, can she have another? Yes! Kramersmeyer with another kill for North Iowa. She came into tonight's match needing 18 kills to reach 500 career kills. Should do that within the next few games. Maybe not tonight, but a game with North Iowa coming up as well. Is plenty of volleyball to go this season. Kramersmeyer will get to that mark for the Bison this year. Beckler over, taken by Forest City at the 10-foot volleyball line, and a big kill there for Lambert. Kramersmeyer with a good attempt at it, just not quite able to catch up to it, and it's now 18-6. Forest City with the lead. As Lambert will go back to serve. Helgeson back in for the Indians. As that spot rotates back to the front. The Libero spot will go back out. Ace serve for Lambert. She comes in to serve for the Indians, picks up the ace. And Forest City now leads 19-6 here in set number one. First of a few sets that will be played here tonight. Lambert sends it over the net, taken by Hyvee. Beckler puts it over, taken by Forest City. Here come the Indians now. Jerome off a block and in. And it's 20-6 Forest City with the lead. So Indians lead now 20-6 here in set number one. Lambert will continue to serve. Serving from left to right. Over the net, taken there by Plath. Put over by Hyvee, back to the Forest City side. Just floated in there by Helgeson. Nice and easy over the net goes Helgeson. Finds a hole in the North Iowa defense and just lands it in there. And it's now 21-6, Forest City in the lead. We'll see a serve coming again for Lambert. Over, big, back to Helgeson as she slams it down. The dig off of Beckler's hands went from the back row all the way up to Helgeson at the front row, and she jumps up and just smacks that one. It's like just a juicy little meatball just hanging up there, and Helgeson waiting for it to get to her and just smacks it. Like a softball hitter waiting on a nice curve ball that just hangs up in the zone, and boom. Forest City will score again. Indians lead 22-7 is the score here in set number 1. Emma Anderson into serve now for Forest City from left to right over the net, taken there by Plath. Beckler ends up getting it to the Forest City side. Here comes Helgeson. Hagen with the dig. Duvay up to the front row. Here's Plath, and she sends it in on the line. Great placement there by Plath as she puts it right in the back pocket. Nobody there for Forest City. It was either in at a North Iowa point or out in a Forest City point. Just a beautifully placed ball by Plath, and it lands in perfectly for a North Iowa point. It's 22-8. Duvay will serve now, taken by Jones. Up to Hovinga, to Dillavu over. Taken by Beckler there, set up by Duvay. And a big block at the net. Jerome and Helgeson back to the North Iowa side. Now Mattoon free balls it to the Forest City side. Here comes Helgeson again off of a North Iowa hands and out of bounds. And Forest City now leads 23-8. The Indians will send Jaden Jerome, who started the game off with 7 straight points. 7 straight serves for Jerome. Actually 6 serves, because Forest City scored the first point on North Iowa, starting the game with a serve. So 6 straight serves, 7 points for Forest City to lead off the game, or the match. Well, the game and match. 23-8 is the score now over the North Iowa side. Mattoon down the line and in off a Forest City block. And points for North Iowa. The Bison trying to find some momentum and some points here in set number 1. 23-9 is the score. Forest City in the lead. Hagen will serve. Libero will serve from right to left. Taken by Jaden Jerome. Now Jalen Hovinga over, and that's down. Unable to be blocked by Kramersmeyer. And it's a point for the Indians, who are now 1 point away from taking set number 1, leading 24-9. Jones will serve left to right, taken by Beckler. Put up by Duvay on a pass. Now Kramersmeyer down the line. It's out. It's a Forest City point. And the Indians win set number 1, 25-9. The final score in set number 1. Forest City took an early 7-0 lead. They finished off the first set 25-9. The final. We'll take a 2-minute timeout. We'll come back. We'll have set number 2 ready for you. When we come back in 2 minutes, you're listening to Forest City and North Iowa Volleyball on KIOW.
Custom Paint and Collision of Forest City. Corey and his staff have nearly 50 years of body shop experience and can fix just about anything on the road. They give free estimates and also carry car batteries and windshield wipers. Located on Highway 69 just south of Forest City, it's Custom Paint and Collision, your body shop.
Hyvee is a proud supporter of Forest City High School athletics. The Hyvee Pharmacy is built for you. Have your prescriptions automatically filled ahead of time and ready when you are. You will receive a call when your order is ready. No more waiting for the pharmacy. Your prescription will be waiting for you. Hyvee Pharmacy is open Monday through Saturday in Forest City.
Grow Electric in Lake Mills is proud to support area athletics and proud to serve our new and returning customers. To get started on any electrical project, big or small, call 641-592-8282. Good luck, athletes, from Grow Electric in Lake Mills.
The County Line C team of Chuck Rubish, Jake Young, and myself, Matt Keel, are your premier and local DeKalb, Astro, Agrigold, and NK dealer in Forest City. With a combined over 30 years of seed experience, we're setting a new trend in agriculture at County Line. Call today at 641-581-3300 or visit us off the Airport Blacktop, Forest City.
Malin Egg Service of Forest City is a proud supporter of Forest City High School athletics. Nate Malin is with you from the word go. From planting to harvest, you can count on Nate. Contact him today in Forest City at 641-860-1712. Nate will help you put the right seed on your acres. 641-860-1712.
NIAC is proud to help support North Iowa athletes. Working hard and being part of a team is a great way to learn lessons for life. And learning is what NIAC is all about, beginning with high school juniors and seniors who can start building college credits now for free. Learn more at niac.edu.
Welcome back here to Buffalo Center, North Iowa High School, as Forest City and North Iowa doing battle in volleyball action this evening. Forest City takes set number 1, 25-9. The Indians and the Lake Mills Bulldogs, a couple of teams that are undefeated in conference play thus far. Lake Mills, usually how the schedule works out, Lake Mills usually has this night off when Forest City and North Iowa play, and as per usual, Lake Mills in the house this evening as they're sitting across the way, of course, watching both of these two teams. They still have to play both North Iowa and Forest City, so it gives them on one of their nights off. Once they finish up with practice, they come over, usually whether it's in Forest City or in North Iowa. You see the Bulldogs in the house on this night. The schedules are usually about the same every single year. You're wondering how the volleyball season goes, or the volleyball conference schedule at least. The non-conference and tournament schedules always change, but if you want to ever know how the conference schedule, look at last year's schedule, and that's how next year's schedule is probably going to be working out as well. You can just change the dates from year to year, as Forest City will find the first kill of the game. Dillowfu puts it down for the Indians. They lead 1-0. So Lake Mills always off on this night. We'll come over and watch this Forest City versus North Iowa matchup. I mentioned doing scouting on both of the teams. And as per the last few years, Lake Mills and Forest City are hoping that they meet up in the final conference game of the year for the conference championship. Plath looking for a kill here for North Iowa. Taken by Forest City, though. Dillowfu at the 10-foot volleyball line. Beckler will receive. Here's Duvay. Now Plath over the net, taken by Hovinga for Forest City. Dillowfu at the 10-foot volleyball line, taken by Beckler, the North Iowa side. Here's Duvay. Battle for it at the net, blocked by Helgeson, and Dillowfu comes back to the Forest City side off the block. Dillowfu just tries to deposit it on the North Iowa side, but she sends it out of bounds. And we're knotted at 1-1-1. Good, better start for North Iowa as Mattoon will come in. When North Iowa receives first, you see Lily Beckman, who comes in when North Iowa receives first in sets. So she started the game. Mattoon comes in now, though, that North Iowa has a serve back. She puts it back to the Forest City side here off the serve. Here comes Dillowfu at the top of the net. It bounces in. Rolls off the top of the net. It goes in. It's 2-1 Forest City. Saying better start for North Iowa as they let Forest City rattle off 7 straight in set number 1. Can't do that again here in set number 2. Don't want to go down 2-0. And this is going to be an ace serve for the Indians. Jaden Jerome there for Forest City, and they lead 3-1. So 3-1 Indians. We'll see a serve here from left to right. Taken by Mattoon. She sends it over. Taken back by Emma Anderson now. Anderson to Hovinga, who sends it long. And it's now 3-2, so we're back and forth here in set number 2 as the Indians lead 3-2. North Iowa will get a side out, and they will serve with Hagen. Sophia Hagen, sophomore, will serve it. She stands in the middle of the court. The center, as Jalen Hovinga will send that one down. We talked about it before, but servers will either, kind of like shooting free throws, you always have a routine. Some servers stand all the way to the near side. Some stand in the middle, some stand on the far side. You got that entire back line to go back and forth on. You can serve anywhere from that back line just as long as you don't cross the line. Big block for Forest City, but it goes out of bounds, and we're tied. Excuse me. Forest City still leads by 1. I was thinking that was the tying point for North Iowa, but it's not. Forest City 4, North Iowa 3. The Bison still trail by 1. But we'll see a serve coming from Plath. From left to right, taken by Forest City. Hovinga sends it down. Big dig, though, for North Iowa. They keep it alive. Hovinga to Dillowfu. Dillowfu sends it over, and it's dug out. But Mattoon unable to keep it in the field of play as she bounces that one to the bench, to the scorer's table here on the near side. Forest City substitutions. Emma Anderson comes out, and Sophia Holland will come in and play the front row of the middle for the Indians. We'll see a serve coming for Dillowfu, serving from left to right, pushed over by Kramersmeyer. Jones trying to keep it out alive, but she sends it out of bounds. And again, it's just a 1-point game, 5-4. We'll see a serve from Mattoon. Kaylin Mattoon serving for North Iowa. She'll serve from right to left. North Iowa in those black jerseys, white numbers. Forest City gray jerseys, white numbers. Excuse me, gray jerseys, gray numbers, white outline, though half the number is white, so you're able to see it on the gray jerseys with the gray numbers. Both teams will trade the ball back and forth here on a little volley. Hyvee now, North Iowa sets it up, Beckler into the net. And it's a Forest City point. The freshman Beckler has been outstanding in her young career for North Iowa. Really good softball player, all-conference softball player as a freshman. Now out there as a freshman on the volleyball court as well. I'm sure we'll see her in every sport. That's going to be an ace serve for Hovinga and Forest City as they take the lead 7-4. So 7-4 Indians. And Hovinga will serve from left to right here. Good Forest City crowd. Still a few of them filing in. Here we go, left to right. North Iowa receives a little collision between the seniors. Hyvee and Kramersmeyer, they are able to get it back to the Forest City side. Jerome will just free ball it back to North Iowa, let them set it up. Here's Beckler over, dug out there by Jones. Here's Dillevue. Dillevue over Lambert. Did it fall in? No, it's out. And it's a North Iowa point. It's 7-5. Still a 2-point matchup here in set number 2. As we'll see the Libero for North Iowa come out. And 13, Alana Thompson. Sophomore, she'll come back into the middle for North Iowa. Hovinga sets this one up. Lambert just has to free ball it over. Hyvee will just dump it, center dump there to the Forest City side. Indians will set things up with Jerome. Overtaken by North Iowa. That was Beckman at the net. Forest City able to keep it. I think that one went into the net and came back down. Forest City was there for the block either way, though. And it's an Indians point, 8-5. Forest City leads by 3. Indians' largest lead has only been 3. Let's see if they can extend it out a little bit more. Lambert will send this one over. Taken by North Iowa. Beckman keeps it alive over Thompson. Forest City side. Holland now back to the North Iowa side. Beckman with a big strike dug out. And it lands on the North Iowa side. A big dig from Shea Dillevue. Went over the net, and North Iowa, a little miscommunication going after that one, and it just falls in the middle of about 3 girls all looking at it, saying, I thought you got it. All 3 of them thought each other had it. And now a tough one as that one goes off the hands, a big take off the hands of Thompson, straight into the ceiling pillar, and then with the ball hit in the middle, then comes screaming back down to the floor. Couldn't be hit again by Thompson. And nobody else there to get it. So Forest City with their largest lead in the set of 5. Block at the net. Jerome and Holland with the block for the Indians at the net. And Forest City extends their largest lead now to 6, 11-5. We're back and forth at the start of this set. Now the Indians' largest lead in the set, 11-5. Forest City won set number 1, 25-9. Hovinga to Jerome. Jerome vacates the area. The ball over to Helgeson into the net, though. And it's back to 5. It's 11-6. North Iowa with the volleyball. Side out, they will serve. Beckler will serve. Over the net by Jones. Hovinga trying to play it difficulty level high as she was trying to play that one into the net and out of the net. And there'll be a quick time on the floor. It's some moisture. We'll get cleaned up. Make sure nobody slips. There's no false footing there. 11-7 is the Forest City lead by 4. And North Iowa, though, has the serve. Still trying to make sure all that moisture is off the floor. As both Jerome and Dillevue will clean up some different spots on the floor. We're ready for volleyball again. Beckler serves. Holland smashes one down. North Iowa unable to return. And it's now 12-7. Forest City again has the lead at 5. Holland will substitute out as Anderson will come in and serve for the Indians to play the back row, the defensive specialist for Forest City. and she'll serve it. 12-7, taken by North Iowa. Plath with a strike, and it's in. Plath lands it in the back corner. Forest City let it go. They thought it was going long. Instead, it lands in. A point for North Iowa, and it's 12-8. Forest City with a 4-point, 4-point lead. Math is tough sometimes. Hovinga sends this one up. Jerome down. Is it in? It is. Jerome sends one. Waiting on our line official to say whether it was in or out. Line official says it was in, and it's a Forest City point, 13-8. Left to right will be the serve here for the Forest City Indians, taken by North Iowa. Over back to the Forest City side. Here comes Helgeson, who just free balls it. Now Plath will just have to send it to the Forest City side. Jerome will set it up. Here comes Hovinga with a strike into the net, but it wasn't blocked. If it was blocked, Forest City could have kept playing it, but it hit into the net and came back, which would be 4 hits against Forest City, and a stoppage and a point for North Iowa. 13-9 the score. Some good line officials we have this evening. Lauren Hine on the left side is the North Iowa softball coach. Rick Meyer on the right side, the North Iowa girls basketball coach. So it's good to see the other coaches of the sports helping out. I know Coach Peters helps out on the basketball team a little bit with doing some book and helping out with things on the girls basketball side when she's not coaching volleyball. And she also has filled in as a coach or an assistant coach on the softball team in the past couple of years, a couple of times with COVID-19 and other issues. Big block there or a big hit in for Kramersmeyer. She hit it off a Forest City block. The Indians were blocking near the antenna on the near side, and Kramersmeyer right off the Forest City block and out of bounds. And a point, we're back to a 4-point lead for Forest City. A couple of points here for North Iowa, back to 4 points. And the Bison trying to mount a comeback. Here comes Plath, sends it over, taken by Jerome. By Jones, then Jerome, now Dillevue over, and it lands in. Jerome Dillevue, and lands in that back corner on the near side, right side. And Forest City able to get it in and score the points. (15-10) now the score. Forest City with the lead. Eckler over, and that one's in off of Forest City hand. Dillevue mistimes it there for a moment. I think she thought somebody else was there. And it's now 15-11. Forest City still with that lead, and they serve for North Iowa. It's back to 3 points. The Bison have cut the Forest City lead down to 3. It was close much of the beginning portions of this set. And Forest City stretched the lead out to 6 points. And it's been hovering around the 4 to 5 point mark, but now it's back down to 3. North Iowa can close with a kill by Beckler. It's saved, though, by the Indians off a block. Here comes Hovinga over the net, taken by Duvay. She sends it to the back corner, taken by Dillevue. Now Hovinga. Here's Lambert, blocked by North Iowa, kept to the Forest City side. Jerome will send it over. Duvay sets it up. Kramersmeyer just taps it over. Jones, Kramersmeyer back to the net, back to the Forest City side. This is Hovinga, and Forest City will score. So back and forth the teams go. Forest City crowd will give the Indians a big applaud there on a long rally won by Forest City. And it's now 16-12. Indians with the lead, and we'll see Hovinga to serve for the Indians, taken there by Plath. Now Duvay. Here's Kramersmeyer over the net. And we've got a whistle. Was Kramersmeyer in the net? She was. So Kramersmeyer into the net. No, excuse me. Forest City was in the net. Pardon me. Indians calling for being in the net. So at the North Iowa point, it's back to 16-13. So the Indians are in the net. Kramersmeyer will serve. And it's an ace for Kramersmeyer. It's a 2-point game. Kramersmeyer finds an ace. Serving, it's back to 16-14. North Iowa back to within 2. They've been slowly chipping away, finding a couple of points, and Forest City will score. They find a couple more, then Forest City scores. slowly chipping away to make it a 16-14 game and make it 16-15 as Forest City sends it long. The Indians send it long at 16-14, and Forest City is back, or rather North Iowa is back to within one. Kramersmeyer will serve over the net, taken by Dillevue. Dillevue to Hovinga to Jerome. It was blocked by North Iowa. Now Jerome will send it back over. Taken by the Bison. Here's Beckler to the Forest City side. Good take there by Hovinga. Now Lambert with a strike. Hit the top of the net. Goes to the North Iowa side though. Duvet, Beckler, Oper, taken by Jones. Big dig though. Battle for it at the net. And it's going to be a North Iowa point. We're tied at 16. Forest City over that net. We're tied at 16. North Iowa has erased at what was at one point a 6-point lead for the Indians here in set number 2. And it's 16 all here in set 2. After Forest City won set 1, 25-9, the Bison have come to play here in set number 2. It's 16 all. Kramersmeyer free balls to the Forest City side. Here's Dillevue. Hovinga over by Holland, taken by the Bison. Here's Beckler. Jones for the Indians. Lambert sends it down, and Forest City back to the lead by 1, 17-16. We've got a fun one brewing here in set number 2. 17-16, Forest City by 1. Hopefully you stuck around after the first one because we've got a good one here in set number 2. Duvet, free balls to the Forest City side. Jerome with a strike, dug out by North Iowa, hits the antenna, and that's the Forest City point. So that one hit the antenna. Forest City with back-to-back now makes it Indians by 2. 18-16, and an ace serve coming for Forest City. 3 straight for the Indians as Lambert finds the ace. A couple of them so far on the night for the Indians. And Lambert especially, and Forest City back by 3, 19-16. Lambert back-to-back. We'll have another one for the Indians, and Forest City scores 4 straight. So just when North Iowa able to slowly chip away and find themselves cutting a 6-point deficit to 0, Forest City scores 4 straight and lead now 20-16. North Iowa looking for another comeback. They know they can't get behind too far here in this set. Forest City only 5 points away from finishing it. Holland with a strike, and that one's blocked back into the net for North Iowa. It's going to be a Forest City point, 21-16. So the Indians now lead 21-16. Lambert will continue to serve. Dug out there by North Iowa. Here's Beckler over the net, taken by Hovinga. Here's Jerome over. Hagen, Duvet, sets it up to Beckler, in. As she finds the little hole where nobody's at. Down the middle of the court, and it's 21-17. Now Beckler will go back to serve for North Iowa. Middle of the court, serves from right to left, taken by Hovinga. Tapped over the net, does it get over there? It does. Sent near the back. Dillevue didn't take any chances. She wanted to make sure Forest City plays that one, and a good job there by Dillevue. She could have let it fall and maybe been out of bounds, maybe been inbounds, but instead she plays it kind of on a backhand, so to say, here in volleyball, turning around and hitting it, going backwards, keeping it momentum though on the ball going forward. And Forest City able to turn it into a point, 22-17 here in set 2. Plath over, Jerome blocks, Forest City takes. Indians with Dillevue, Beckler, Duvet. Here's Plath, she floats it over. Dillevue now for Forest City. Hovinga now to Helgeson over to the North Iowa side. Plath will free ball it. Hovinga, Jerome back to the North Iowa side where it's taken by Beckman. Duvet now to the middle, pushed over by Thompson. Now Forest City just gets it back to the North Iowa side. Beckman, Forest City side. Dillevue sends it over. Duvet pushed it back. Can Jones return? No. And North Iowa now with some momentum after a big rally there. Forest City's going to call timeout. The Indians lead 22-18. A couple of long volleys there. Everybody kind of just needing a break. 22-18. Forest City leading this one by 4. The Indians 3 points away from taking a 2-0 victory. We'll take 30 seconds. We'll come back for the conclusion of set number 2 right after this on KIOW. Back here on KIOW and live at KIOW.com. It's Forest City and North Iowa here in a little volleyball action. Hyvee will serve. Forest City leads 22-18, but it's a service for North Iowa. This one is set up. Dillavue down and scores one for the Indians. It's now 23-18 the score. 23-18, Forest City just 2 points away from finding a 2-0 victory. Or a 2-0 lead, rather, I should say. A victory here in set 2 would give them that 2-0 lead. Mattoon over, dug out by Jones. Now Jerome. Dillavue keeps it alive, and they score. What a play there by Shea Dillavue. It was a fadeaway. She was nearly falling into that first row bleachers. Close to it, about halfway there. And just had to try to keep it alive, but also had to get it inside the antenna and send it over to the North Iowa side while doing a great play there by Dillavue. She keeps it alive. This one's sent in the air, and it's going to be a point for Forest City, and the Indians will win set number 2 by a final score of 25-18. So the Indians do get it done. Doesn't come easy. North Iowa gives them everything they can handle. But 25-18, Forest City able to do it here in set number 2. The Indians are leading 2-0. North Iowa will come back in set number 3 to try to send us to a set number 4. We'll find out if they can do it when we come back in 2 minutes on KIOW.
Hi, this is Scott Wilson of Wilson Dental. We have been treating our patients' dental needs for almost 50 years, and our philosophy has always been to treat our patients as family. Become a part of our family. Call Wilson Dental in Forest City, where your smile is our reward.
FCIS Insurance is proud to support our local athletes throughout the year. Let FCIS be your partner, not just your agent, helping you with all your insurance needs. With multiple carriers, we can get you the best coverage for the best price. Call us today at 800-331-1520. Good luck, Indians, from FCIS Insurance.
Your vehicle has been in an accident. You need Dale's Body Shop of Forest City. Dale's has been repairing vehicles since 1980. With Dale's, you'll receive high-quality work and professional service. Dale's is also a diamond dealer for WeatherTech and Ultimate Lining Spray-On bed liners. Dale's Body Shop of Forest City.
Top Dead Center Truck Equipment of Forest City. Top Dead Center is a full-line Western dealer with blades and snow control equipment. They also carry truck accessories of all kinds, fifth wheel hitches, LED lights, and more. Call 641-512-5529. Top Dead Center Truck Equipment of Forest City.
WCTA is committed to providing local phone service, high-speed internet, and the most reliable digital TV. They proudly support local schools, events, and charities. Their employees are your friends and neighbors who live and work in your community. WCTA is your local telecommunications cooperative.
Kingland Construction Services of Forest City currently has capacity for renovation and remodel projects, while the large projects experience delays. We have master craftsmen available to help you with your project from start to finish. Put them to work for you by calling 641-585-0101 today. Kingland Construction Services of Forest City.
Welcome back here to North Iowa High School, the site of tonight's volleyball matchup and conference play. Forest City trying to go 3-0, all of them conference games if they can win this. Forest City has not played anything out of conference yet. They do play in the Osage tournament this coming Saturday. It's always a big tournament, a lot of really good teams that they will face in seeing that Osage tournament, including the returning class. They'll be at the tournament, of course, hosting it. Not sure if Forest City will play them at all, but the hosts of the tournament are the returning 3A champs in the Osage Green Devils. There will be a new 3A champ, though, this year, as Osage has gone down to Class 2A. So Forest City won't have to worry about the Green Devils come postseason time, but a lot of other teams to worry about in Class 3A when it comes to that postseason time. But, no Osage this year. Forest City has played Osage in the postseason, or been knocked out by Osage in the postseason 3 out of the last 4 years. And the year they weren't knocked out by Osage, they were knocked out by Dyke New Hartford, who also is a Class 2A team this year. So Forest City doesn't have to worry about any team that's knocked them out in the past 4 seasons. They will see somebody new throughout the playoffs this season. They're hoping that nobody knocks them out until they can get their way back down to Cedar Rapids. We'll see if that happens. Forest City takes the first 2 points, 4 hits here on the second point. They took the first point as the first serve of the third set for North Iowa was into the net, and Forest City takes the second point with a double hit against the Bison, or rather a 4 hit against the Bison, and so it's 2-0 Indians here in set number 3. Forest City and North Iowa went toe-to-toe in set 2. The Indians dominated set 1. We'll see what happens here in set 3. Duvay trying to get North Iowa on the board, taken though by Emma Anderson. Here's Delavu, and she crushes that one down off of a block for North Iowa. And it will be a point for the Indians now, 3-0. It's kind of how the way set number 1 started. Forest City started with a 7-0 lead in set number 1 before North Iowa took their first point. Right now it's 3-0. Forest City with the Bison yet to take a point. This one's set up by Duvay, pushed over by Thompson, kept alive by the Indians. Jones, though, from the back row has got to go over. She does. Beckler, Duvay. Beckler's now got to go over. Jones will take. Set up by Jerome. Here's Delavu, just lays this one over, and it's out. So Delavu just lays one over, but it goes out of bounds, not touched. And it's now 3-1, so North Iowa will get the side out they just desperately needed before going down 4-0. It'll be Hagen who will serve from right to left here for the Bison. She's the libero, wears the white jersey. Everybody else wearing black jerseys for the Bison. A big block. Mattoon and Kramersmeyer at the net blocked that one back down to the Forest City side. And back-to-back points for North Iowa. It's now a 3-2 volleyball game. Hagen sends this one over, taken by Hovinga. Delavu at the net, blocked, and it will go out of bounds off of the Bison. Tipped by North Iowa, and it's 4-2. Serve will come from Jones. Jones will serve left to right for the Indians. Taken by Beckler. Duvay sends us just a little setter free ball over the net. Forest City now. Lambert blocked by Kramersmeyer off of Forest City, and it'll be a North Iowa point. Kramersmeyer just batted that one back down off of the Indians, and Forest City unable to control afterwards. And it's 4-3. The Bison keep it within 1. Forest City did take a 6-point lead after being around this score last time in set 2. And we're tied at 4. So Forest City took a 3-0 lead. North Iowa has scored 4 of the last 5 points, though. And we're knotted at 4 with the service in favor of the Bison. And this is Plath from right to left. Taken by Delavu, set up by Jerome. Lambert sends it over. Hagen keeps it alive. Now Duvay. Mattoon will have to send it to the Forest City side. Emma Anderson. Here's Jerome. And it's sent out. Sent out there by the Indians. And North Iowa has the lead, 5-4. The Bison with the lead. First time in any of the 3 sets. They tied Forest City a couple of times in the second set, but now they have a lead. Never led in first set. Forest City won 25-9. So the Bison have come to play ever since that first set. Beckler sends it over. Jones. This one's up and over by Lambert, and North Iowa unable to return, so Forest City quickly ends the North Iowa lead. We're tied at 5 apiece. as Emma Anderson will go out. And Holland will come in. Dillevue will serve for Forest City from left to right. Kramersmeyer, Duvay sends this one back to Kramersmeyer. She just palms it over the net. Here comes Forest City. Dillevue from the 10-foot line. Duvay will set it up at the 10-foot line to Beckler here on the near side. Sends it long. Beckler on the near side, near the antenna here, closest to us. And sends that one long, and Forest City leads by 1. Back-to-back points for the Indians. And they lead 6-5. Dillevue will serve now. North Iowa wants a quick side out to try to keep this a close matchup. Forest City's looking to go on a run. That one's in. Hovinga. Forest City with 3 straight and a lead of 7-4. North Iowa held the lead at 5-4. Now Forest City has scored 3 straight to make it 7-5. And Dillevue will continue to serve for the Indians. Hagen. Here's Plath. Plath bumps it up into the ceiling. Tough play for Kramersmeyer off the ceiling. She gets it over though. Forest City plays it. Lambert back to Hagen on the North Iowa side. Duvay sends it up. Beckler over to the Forest City side. Lambert sets it up from Jerome, sets it up to Hovinga. Forest City to the North Iowa side. Here's Beckler. Free balls to the Forest City side. Jerome will send it up. Lambert sends it over. Plath will dig. Set up by Duvay. Kramersmeyer lightly taps it over. Back to the Forest City side. Lambert sends it in. Darley Lambert has been a key piece for Forest City so far. Finds another one. It's 8-5. 4 straight points now for the Indians. They lead 8-5. Dillevue taken by Plath. Dillevue serves, taken by Plath. Duvay to Kramersmeyer. Forest City blocks to slow it down. Indians will send it, not quite over. A little miscommunication there for Forest City. Unsure who was going to get it. Finally, before it hit the floor, Jones tried to send it up, but into the net instead, and it's 8-6. Forest City still by 2. A side out for North Iowa. They will serve with Mattoon. Dillevue. Lambert over, taken by Hagen. Duvay will set at the net. Back to Kramersmeyer, who will just free ball to the Forest City side, trying to find a place to put it in. Forest City all over it, though, there. And Hovinga finds a corner. The far right corner. On the playing surface, North Iowa playing surface, if we're looking at it, would be to your left side. If you're on the volleyball court playing, would be that far back right corner. And it's 9-6, Forest City with the lead. Hovinga sends it over, dug out nicely there by Beckman. Battle for it at the net. Lambert keeps it alive somehow. Everybody else had turned around, and it turns into a Forest City point. Everybody else had turned around. Lambert was still sitting there. She sends it up in the air, and Forest City turns it into a point. Just stuck her hand out there and just get it in the air. We'll figure it out from there. And Forest City says we'll get a point out of it. 10-6, Indians by 4. Hovinga over, taken by Plath. Here's Duvay to Kramersmeyer on the far side. Hovinga back to Jaden Jerome. 10-foot line. Dillevue with a strike. Dug out by Hagen. Beckler over to the Forest City side. Dillevue. Lambert sends it into the net, and it's 10-7. It's a 3-point game here in set number 3. Forest City takes set 1, 25-19. Set 2, 25-18. Trying to end it here in straight sets. Have not dropped a set yet this season. 3-0 sweep of Eagle Grove, 3-0 sweep of Garner Hayfield Ventura to start the year. Those are the only 2 games Forest City has played so far. Nothing out of conference. Duvay will take for North Iowa. Beckman. Excuse me, that was Thompson. And it goes off of Forest City, and it's a North Iowa point. Back-to-back points for the Bison, and it's now 10-8. North Iowa again back to within 2. Right to left, Kramersmeyer will serve. Dig for Dillevue. Hovinga, Holland in. Lands on the back line, says the line judge. On the line, 11-8 is the score. Loud gym. This gym is one of the smaller gyms that we see on the top of Iowa Conference circuit. It gets quite loud in here. Miscommunication there for North Iowa. And then a miss hit for the Bison, and Forest City with a couple of points. It's now 12-8. But even with not too many people inside here, it still gets pretty loud. But there's quite a few people in here tonight. Good Forest City crowd, good North Iowa crowd. Both schools filling this gym up, and even with a little chatter back and forth, it gets quite loud in here. And you got the teams, of course, yelling, trying to keep each other hyped up. 12-9 is the score. North Iowa with the serve. Forest City will receive. The Bison send it long, though. A big dig for the Indians came back to the North Iowa side, and the Bison send it long. Emma Anderson will come in to serve for the Indians as Holland will go out. Forest City 13-9, a 4-point lead for the Indians, trying to close out their third straight sets victory in conference play. North Iowa trying to keep themselves alive towards the top of the conference. This one is batted off of a block. North Iowa keeps it alive, but it's into the ceiling, and it'll be a Forest City point, 14-9. North Iowa opened up the year with a conference victory against Garner Hayfield Ventura. A big one for Coach Peters and the Bison, they felt. A team they felt they matched up really well with, a team that they knew that they could beat, and they do. Big block for the Indians, but kept alive by North Iowa. Back to the Forest City side. Helgeson tries to just dump it over. North Iowa keeps it alive, though. Plath off a Forest City block. Hovinga, Jerome over in. Forest City now up by 6. The Indians' largest lead here in the set of 6 points, 15-9. Indians have rattled off quite a big run here and have it 15-9. Anderson, the server for Forest City, serving from left to right in the Indians' gray jerseys. North Iowa, Thompson over Forest City side. Here comes the Indians. Helgeson just has to bump it over. Duvay at the 10-foot volleyball line. Plath trying to keep it alive? No. And Forest City will score again. It's now 16-9 as the Indians start to run away here in set 3. Anderson will continue to serve for Forest City from left to right. Short serve this time taken by North Iowa. Duvay now to Plath, and it's in. Plath with a perfect location. Nobody there. Both Jones and Dillovu turned around and started sprinting towards the ball, but it lands in. And it's a side out, well-needed side out for North Iowa. 16-10, Forest City with the lead. 16-10 Indians, they lead by 6, led by 7. And they're back to a 7-point lead as Helgeson sends one in. 17-10 now, Forest City with the lead. The Indians score a bunch in a row. North Iowa kills the run, they score 1, but North Iowa doesn't start a run of their own. It stops after 1 point. And Forest City back to the lead by 7, 17-10. Jerome will serve into the net. 17-11, North Iowa trails by 6. Bison need another late charge here in set number 3 if they're going to try to send this to a set number 4. Bison took a set from the Indians in 2019, trying to do so again here in 2021. Hovinga down, no dugout for North Iowa for a second, but it goes out of bounds. Beckler with a good dig, but unable to keep it in the field of play into the court as it goes about 2 rows deep over there on the far side into the bench for the Bison. 18-11 is the score. Jones will send this over. It's an ace. Even Jones finds an ace serve for Forest City, and it's now 19-11 Indians. Timeout North Iowa. Bison going to try to make one more run at it. Forest City by 8, 19-11. We'll come back. More North Iowa and Indian volleyball right after this.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to shove these $20 bills down the drain. There we go.
Having an old water softener is like shoving money down the drain. But a new Culligan softener can save money and a ton of salt. Culligan, better water, pure and simple.
Forest City Family Dentistry downtown on G Street. Dr. Layla can now place crowns in one visit. No clumsy temporary or return appointment needed. Also ask us about replacing missing teeth with affordable dental implants. Visit the place that puts a smile on your face. Forest City Family Dentistry. Call 585-4636.
Back here to Buffalo Center. North Iowa High School. It's the Indians trying to close out a straight sets victory. And what would be 18 straight wins for the Indians over the Bison dating back to 2007. Kramersmeyer gets a point off the timeout. That's exactly what North Iowa needed. Call a timeout, get a point. Start serving again yourself and try to keep this one alive. That's exactly what the Bison will do. Plath will serve. Dillevue. Jones. Forest City has to go over. They do with Hovinga. Duvay sets this one up. Mattoon trying to keep it in bounds. She does. Lambert. To the North Iowa side. Beckler. Forest City sets this one up. Hovinga with a strike. North Iowa was double hit. Or in the net, excuse me. North Iowa's in the net. 20-12 now the score in favor of Forest City. The Indians 5 points away from closing it out. Kramersmeyer down the middle, sends it long. Forest City will find another one, 21-12 now here in set number 3. The Indians won set 1, 25-9. Set 2, 25-18. Now they're trying to close it out in straight sets, leading 21-12. Dillevue will serve here for the Indians. Dillevue sends it over, a diving serve and a diving save by Plath. Gets it to the Forest City side. We've got whistles, point North Iowa, double hit on the Indians. So 2 hits against Forest City gives North Iowa the point, 21-13. Forest City by 8. And Mattoon will serve for the Bison. They need a big run. Lambert. Jerome back to Lambert into the net. So back-to-back for North Iowa. And they trail by 7, 21-14. Mattoon will serve once again. Waiting from the serving assignment from the bench. She gets it, sends it over into the net. So Mattoon will send this one into the net. She'll head out as Lily Beckman, the other freshman for North Iowa, will come back in. Both Beckman and Beckler getting good time here as freshmen. We mentioned those 2 freshmen. The 2 seniors as Forest City trades a serve into the net, 22-15. You got the 2 freshmen in Beckler and Beckman. And then you have the 2 seniors of Duvay and Kramersmeyer. Everybody else is a sophomore for North Iowa. Kramersmeyer, one of the seniors, will serve here. It's into the net. So 3 straight serves into the net. North Iowa with a pair and Forest City with one. And it trades out to be a 23-15 lead for the Indians, who are just 2 points away from closing it out. Lambert over, taken by Beckman, trying to keep it alive. They will no. As they had to go all the way into the first row to get it back, and Hagen just needed a little mustard from the back row, not quite enough, as it falls short of the net, and Forest City 1 point away from closing things out here in Buffalo Center. Lambert over the net, off the top of the net. Duvay trying to keep it alive. It's up. It hits the ceiling. That's a Forest City point. 25-15 is the final. Just barely hits the net. Comes back down. Forest City wins it in straight sets tonight. 25-9, 25-18, 25-15 is the final. The Indians have some problems in set number 2 and early in set number 3. North Iowa playing well. Forest City, though, will close it out and win 25-9, 25-18, 25-15. Straight sets victory. It's the 18th straight win for Forest City against North Iowa, dating back to 2007. And the Indians now have won back-to-back straight sets against North Iowa. North Iowa last took a set against Forest City in 2019. 2-minute timeout. We'll come back. We'll close things up here with our post-game show, brought to you by our good friends at County Line Seeds. County Line Seeds off the airport blacktop in Forest City will sponsor today's post-game show. We'll be back in 2 minutes on KIOW.
MBT Bank in Forest City, Clear Lake, Lake Mills, and Rochester, proudly serving our customers for 75 years. We've got all your financial needs covered, from loans, CDs, savings, and more. Where will you go with MBT? MBTBank.bank, member FDIC.
Stephenson Construction of Forest City. Looking to replace a door or some windows? Small remodeling jobs or just different odd carpentry jobs around your home or business? Call Denny or Jay Stephenson today at 585-3076. Good luck, Indians, from Stephenson Construction of Forest City.
Waldorf University in Forest City. With scholarships available up to full tuition, athletics, fine arts, and over 35 clubs and organizations, you'll have the opportunity to find your passion while getting a world-class education. On campus or online, find support from a community that makes you feel at home. Find out more today at waldorf.edu.
Advanced Door Systems of Forest City. Advanced Door Systems is your Reno and CHI overhead door dealer. They also service any make or model of overhead door. Call 641-585-1900 or see them online at ads-doors.com. Advanced Door Systems. The right door, the right way.
A&W Family Restaurant in Forest City. A&W has delicious burgers, cheese curds, onion rings, chicken tenders, and more. Available daily from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Finish your meal with a tasty root beer float, shake, puller swirl, or soft serve ice cream. A&W Family Restaurant, where the food is as good as the root beer, Highway 69 North in Forest City.
Larson Plumbing, Heating, and Affordable is your Lennox dealer. They offer energy-efficient Lennox heating and air conditioning solutions for homes and businesses of all sizes. For complete plumbing service, call 797-20.
John, play a couple more minutes.
Larson Plumbing, Heating, and Affordable, your Lennox dealer. Missile Insurance and Realty of Forest City. Whether buying or selling a home, Tim Missile and Pat Levick have the market experience to help you follow your dream. Missile Insurance and Realty can help you insure that dream once you find it. Missile Insurance and Realty in Forest City. Call 641-582-3554. Holland Contracting in Forest City. For earth moving, Varco Pruden metal buildings, farm drainage, directional drilling, demolition, tire shop, and more. Call the construction experts at 641-585-2231. Holland Contracting in Forest City. Dedicated to making the region a better place, one project at a time. MBT Investment Center of Forest City, located at MBT. Whether it's completing your 401k rollover, saving for your child's education, or investing for the future, see Matt Jennings or Troy Hall at the MBT Investment Center. Call 585-IRAs. MBT Investment Center, your partners for financial success.
The Shooters Dining Room is now open. Shooters will continue. All right, you can come back to me. As well. Check them out on Highway 69 North in Forest City or call ahead at 641-585-5000. That's 641-585-5000. Shooters in Forest City. Dining room and drive-through now open. Back here to North Iowa High School as we wrap this one up. Forest City defeating North Iowa back-to-back years in straight sets victories. The final scores of this one, 25-9, 25-18, 25-15. And I think for North Iowa, it's just a classic case of you have a big mixture between veterans, the mixture between a couple of veterans and then the youth. And for North Iowa, that's the biggest thing right now is just so much youth in the program. And actually, I feel like this North Iowa team really in a couple of years, I know you lose Kramersmeyer, you lose Hyvee, but with how young they are, with the freshmen in Beckler and Beckman getting some experience, and then all the sophomores. I mean, when they get up to juniors and seniors, you'll have Beckman as sophomores and juniors at those times, respectively. And I really think this North Iowa team is going to be another team that really will be able to contend in years to come. So definitely on the up and coming. Again, just a rebuilding time for North Iowa and Coach Peters, but still can be a very successful season. I know right now a loss here in conference play, a tough one for them, especially when the last couple of years it's come down to one team whoever's undefeated at the end of the year. It's always one team undefeated. At the end of the year over the last half decade, that's who's been actually more than that, because Lake Mills was undefeated for 13-ish whatever years. So we're talking about a little over a decade and a half. It's come down to needing to be undefeated to win a conference championship, but it doesn't have to be like that every year. Of course, Lake Mills already got done with one of their tough games at Bishop Garrigan. Forest City will have to play Lake Mills and Bishop Garrigan almost in back-to-back times, and then of course that will be what Forest City is hoping and what Lake Mills is kind of hoping for, the conference championship matchup there. But not an easy night for Forest City, and right now really, when you look at some of these games, just not easy nights for Forest City all the time. North Iowa really made it difficult. Forest City felt confident, I'm sure, after their 25-9 victory. But North Iowa said, "Hey, Coach Peters, you can tell Coach Peters, she's got that fire as a coach. Her teams are not just gonna lay down. They lose 25-9 in the first set, and they're not just gonna give up and let Forest City run over them all night long. Of course, they're going to come back firing, and that's exactly what they did. Is they come back 25-18 in the second set, and then really narrowing with Forest City in the third set as well. For a while, the Indians able to go on a run of 6-7 points that really separated themselves and got the victory 25-15 there in the final set. But a real good one tonight here in Buffalo Center. Forest City moves to 3-0 on the season. All three of them in conference play. Eagle Grove, Garner, Hayfield, Ventura, and North Iowa in conference play. Forest City will be out of conference play for the first time on Saturday when they go to the Osage tournament. That's really when we're going to know what kind of a Forest City team we have this year and what kind of a run we feel. Obviously not the deciding test, but really we'll see what Forest City can do on Saturday against some of the best teams in the state. On Saturday at the Osage tournament, you got teams, 4A teams, 2A teams, 3A teams, just a big mixture of ranked teams in all different classes, so that'll be really good. I want to thank John Jacobs back at the studio for all of his hard work. Did a great job on the board this evening. Again, Forest City wins in straight sets, moves to 3-0. North Iowa falls to 5-3. Forest City wins 25-9, 25-18, 25-15. We'll see you again on Friday night as the Forest City Indians football team back in action against Clarion Goldfield Dows. Don't want Clarion to come in and win a game in Forest City, that's for sure. So Forest City, Clarion Goldfield Dows. We'll play on Friday night. We'll have it for you, a pregame show at 7 o'clock, kickoff at 7:30 from Forest City High School. From Buffalo Center, though, volleyball action, I'm Zarin Agastal saying good night, everybody.